As of yesterday, April 19th, every American is now eligible for the coronavirus vaccine within the age ranges approved for each vaccine. That's 18 plus for the Moderna vaccine, 18 plus for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, paused but expected to be resumed as soon as Friday, possibly, and 16 plus for the Pfizer vaccine. This was originally going to sort of be sometime this summer for full eligibility. Then Joe Biden announced it would be May 1st. Then Joe Biden announced in March that it would be pushed up to April 19th. And we are there. And it really couldn't come at a better time for two different reasons, at least two different reasons. First of all, in some states, demand is slackening for vaccines. States with more Republicans, 43% of whom do not plan to get this vaccine, have more vaccine hesitancy. And so they are starting to see, in some sense, more supply than demand. And so opening vaccination eligibility to more people will hopefully boost vaccination numbers and keep going with vaccinating, 3 to 4 million people per day. Secondly, because of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine being paused, vaccine numbers have been slightly declining, and we want to keep things going. The U.S. is still averaging a very strong 3.19, just short of 3.2 million vaccine doses per day. And we want to grow that number. And thirdly, expanding eligibility to all adults and then 16 plus for the Pfizer vaccine is important because we are really in a race against variants, which some countries are winning, and we want to get there too. There is a lot of doom and gloom about the variants, nothing works. It's just a disaster. If you look at cases and deaths in the UK, the source of the British B117 variant, cases are now down to 96 per day. That's not 96 per capita. It's just 96 cases per day. That is down. I'm sorry. The cases are down 96% from their peak in mid-January. If you look at Israel, another highly vaccinated country, cases are now down more than 98%. And these are countries with many variants when you look at a country like Israel. And in Israel, it's been all vaccination. They are around 56% fully vaccinated. Around 50% cases started to fall off a cliff and go close to zero. In the UK, the vaccination has been more modest, but the guidelines have been significant. And the UK is actually only 15% fully vaccinated, but at 50% partial. And that is absolutely huge as well. In the US right now, we are at 25% fully vaccinated and 40% partially as of a few days ago. Numbers probably a little bit better by now. Based on that, we are probably, if we can keep this going, 30 or so days. Remember, 2 weeks ago, we said it was probably 35 to 45 days. We are probably about 30 days from significant improvements here, but people need to get vaccinated. And now with full eligibility, hopefully that will happen. My 17-year-old sister got her first dose this week. Just about everybody I know has had one dose already. Things are moving in the right direction. Now, sadly, one poll says it's 20%, another says it's 30%. At least 20% of the country simply doesn't want the vaccine. And most of them are Republicans. 43% of Republicans, as we talked about last week and I mentioned earlier, do not want the vaccine. And that's a major problem. Now, over time, with more and more colleges saying, if you want to come back to campus, you need a vaccine, more and more venues and businesses and even foreign countries saying, if tourists want to come here, they will need to be vaccinated. Hopefully, these numbers will improve. Just get your vaccine. Don't lose sleep over the MAGA clowns for now. 80% is still enough for herd immunity. Let's do what we can now and then deal with the people who selfishly will not get vaccinated due to ignorance, due to disdain, due to political misunderstandings, due to conspiracism, whatever the case may be. Let's keep going. We have potentially authorization coming for multiple vaccines for the 12 to 15 and 12 to 17 age ranges for the respective vaccines, tests being done to look at expanding it even further. So all of this is going in the right direction. For now, I mean, listen, I've said before, I get it. It's frustrating to see people who could get vaccinated and who say, I'm not going to, and they could spread it, and then they could give it to somebody who's not able to get the vaccine or who is in the 5% that by odds don't develop immunity. And then some of those people will die. Like, I get it. But let's focus on what we can control. And now that we have full vaccine eligibility, you can get vaccinated. That's the most important thing. And we're going to continue following what happens with J&J and what happens with vaccine hesitancy and the whole thing. One of our sponsors is Magic Spoon breakfast cereal. Sweet and delicious like the cereals you loved as a kid, without the sugar, without the carbs. Magic Spoon tastes just like those sugary cereal brands we all loved, but it has 0 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, 13 to 14 grams of protein. So it's perfect for anyone following a keto or low carb diet, or just people like me who want to avoid sugar. Magic Spoon has just relaunched the blueberry flavor, one of my favorites. It comes in cocoa, fruity, frosted peanut butter, and cinnamon. You can also get a variety pack and try them all. Magic Spoon is so confident in how delicious their cereal is, you get all your money back if you don't absolutely love it. They'll give you $5 off when you go to magicspoon.com/Pakman and use the coupon code Pakman. I've put the link underneath this video.